Oh, well, maybe not a fair view. With good signs and everything as well. Oh, and some of the forest. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah. Wanda's been decorating her new vehicle. Some of the forest with these good signs as well. Ooh. Okay, let's put this up here. Ow. This is very spiky on bare feet. Hi Nubby, how are you today? So we're going to sing that song again today. Alrighty. That's what I'm trying to do. Back at the gates. How are you all today? Yeah, pretty disappointing with what happened in the court yesterday. They think they really cared about what anyone had to say. I think they'd already made up their minds. All right, I'm going to head up over here. Sorry, boss. No, I know.
Oh, she's just checking that we're live. Not coming up on her. I know you're too. Sometimes stand fast. The ode of remembrance. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. lest we forget. Governor-General, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing group of Australian people both here and at home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the police report from the Wood-Royal Commission 1995 to 1997. The Wood-Royal Commission, as catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission, resulted in a 90-year suppression order containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature, including judges, government officials, an ex-Prime Minister and others. That our Australian government has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of the population is unacceptable. We visited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting. The then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. As the Senator stated, it's not so much the secret, it's the problem. It's when a group of people such as the 28 keep each other's secrets. Further into his appeal, he quoted the judge of the day. We decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Governor-General, how can you justify the 90-year suppression order of the police report from the Wood-Royal Commission, given that the Australian taxpayers paid out roughly $64 million on the case? We have the right to full disclosure of the investigations. 28 years later, we have stood each week since August 30, 2021 at Government House in Queensland, and daily since the 7th of February 2022 here in the nation's capital. We are either real victims, family members of victims, or friends of victims of the appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia. It is up to the men and women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, judiciary system, the media, yourself and Parliament on this matter. Yours sincerely, concerned men and women of Australia.
Good morning, everyone. I am Sue. This is Karen. I just would like to open with prayer. Father, Mother, God of the Almighty Universe, thank you for your presence right here, right now. We call upon the precious blood of Lord Jesus the Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. We also call upon all the 12 legions of angels to be with us and to surround Government House and also Parliament House and the whole of the Australian government. I pray that you help us to do your work of heaven on earth, and please be with Karen and myself now as we sing Cry of the Mothers, the Fathers, the Children, the People. Unify with us wherever you are. There's 2 lines. It starts with a hey hey, each in between, and it finishes on a hey hey. So feel free to join us. There's lyrics here if anybody else wants to join us, but thank you online. Hey, 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 this is the cry of the mothers who know that this corporate greed has now got to go. This is a cry for your children whose futures are at stake.
Which side of history will you participate? Hey, hey, fathers. This is a cry for your fathers, the fathers who know that this corporate greed has now got to go. This is a cry for your children whose futures are at stake. Which side of history will you participate? Hey, for the children. This is a cry for the children who know that this corporate greed has now got to go. This is a cry for your children whose futures are at stake. Which side of history will you participate? Hey, hey, the people. This is a cry for the people who know that this corporate greed has now got to go. This is a cry for your children whose futures are at stake. Which side of history will you participate? Hey, 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 this is a cry to the Governor General who knows that this corporate greed has now got to go. This is a cry for our children whose futures are at stake. Which side of history will you participate? Hey, hey, hey. This is a cry to Samantha Molston, who knows that this corporate greed has now got to go. This is a cry for our children whose futures are at stake. Let's join together and expose the 28. Hey, hey,
Thank you. From the children.
All right, I will say something else today that has been on my mind. I did actually say it the other day and it did get cut out by some sort of buffering. But just bringing back to that idea of protection. It has crossed my mind often as we have so much anger in our hearts because of the damage, the abuse being done to children, and rightfully so for us to be angry and call for their protection. And even my mother, when I say, all right, I'm off now, she goes, what, you're going to go and yell at the Governor General again, are you? And I go, yep, that's right. You know, you have the ability to make this stop by having that meeting that you promised. Well, maybe not promised, but said you would. Said you would. We have witnesses here. And it just brings back to me the thought that when someone's yelling at you and angry, that you want to retreat into a corner and just hide and you know, not do anything because you don't feel like you can, but you can. Highest office of the nation, you can. Stand up, step up. You can. Just do it. You know, think about the children who are in that position, stuck in a corner, not able to say anything. Be the voice and be that protection. And I am calling on all to be that protection too, that if that is what you need to keep the others away, who you fear more than us, because of retribution to you, to your position, to your family. I don't know what the retribution may be that you fear. Just asking that we all change the energy, change the vibration, and make it a place that all can stand up and speak what is true, what is needed to be heard. That we all feel safe to do that. And even if we are fearful of whatever retribution may come, just keep in your hearts that we're doing it for others who are even more fearful, who don't have that voice. So all of us, please speak up. Thank you.
Samantha, we know that you know about the 28. We know that you AFP cowards in that box know about the 28. When are you going to stand up? When are you going to speak up? Do we have to wait for some of your children to suffer? I was horrified last year. I was disgusted when I was at school for an assembly. And the school principal, the former school principal, who now has some other position within the region because she did her job so well, was speaking words from the WHO over all the children in that assembly hall that day, telling them that the WHO says that by the time my grandchildren finish school, primary school, at least 25% of those children will have mental health issues. And then she went on to say, and by the time these children finished high school, at least 50% of them would have mental health issues. And she said, this is what the WHO was telling them. Since when does the WHO have authority over these children? Not on my watch. Not on my watch either. This Nana is angry. And as a survivor of child abuse, I want to know, when are you guys going to stand up for the children? Yeah. You're all a disgrace to that uniform. You're supposed to be here for the people instead of protecting the pedophiles. I hope you sleep well tonight.
Just a quick clarification. When I was talking about protection, I wasn't talking about the police protection. It was more an energetic frame of reference. Just to clarify.
Just one more thing about protection. Yes, energetic protection, but police
your original job was to protect the people, and I would think children in particular who need safety and protection. If you're not happy with the way the court systems are working, maybe together you can take a stand against that. Maybe you can hold the line to change things if you truly care about the protection of children.
Stand in your own authority to do that. I know you're trained to take orders, but you have the potential and capacity
To make a huge stand and to stand for what's right, and that is the protection of children. You originally wore the colour blue for a reason. It's connected to Archangel Michael,
and it is about
protecting children from darkness,
which there is so much of on this planet, which is why we are standing here. Many of us here are empaths.
We are light workers, and that is why we keep coming here, to hold the light,
To hold the line,
and because we know that children deserve better.
than being abused. That's not what they're here for. So it's time for everyone,
Especially you in positions of power, which we all are, okay? But those of you that wear a uniform,
in the name of protection and safety, remember why you first went there. And although, of course, there is many perpetrators of child
abuse and other forms of abuse within your ranks,
there is more of you who are
not. And you need to stand up, stand together, and make change.
Sue again. Thank you, Lulu.
You just reminded me of something. About 16 years ago, I was a stepmom. And before that, I was also a surf lifesaver. And I remember one day being out with the children, the 3 children that I step-parented. And I actually came across a pedophile then. I've actually only ever come across 2 in my whole world of being on this planet in the past 25 years, not as a child, but in my adult years. So I remember being out at a beach once and there was this really creepy man, and I was a stepmom and I haven't had my own children. I never had that good fortune, but I fight for everybody else's children. But I remember this day being at the beach and really spotting this pedophile, and all the mothers around, we could smell it, we could sniff it. And I just remember getting this mama meerkat, this mama lion energy of to protect the children, my children. Also once down at the beach, down at Bondi. Now at Bondi, back in the day, we used to get, and probably on a good day still, they can get up to 80,000 lives down there. And as a surf lifesaver, wearing our red and yellow, we aligned with the lifeguards and the Bondi Rescue crew, who are all my brothers and sisters. I remember being down at the beach one day, and I wasn't on duty. I was just working on a tan, which I do best. And I remember actually seeing a man who was actually going around and taking creepy photos. And so we got that back to Surf Lifesaving. We had police representatives and all the authorities within that area, and that person, that man, actually ended up being taken away. So I just want to say that we're actually speaking up on behalf of the very, very minority. Most society, most parents are healthy, and most of us who are representing the children are healthy. And we're being the ones, because of people that have been through sexual assault or abuse, which I too have been through. And so that's why we stand here. It's a healing for us. But the more that we speak up about our experiences, the more I'm finding when I go out into community that people are resonating to us. They come to us because we're doing our own healing, but we're being representatives for these children, which are the minority. So, yeah, thanks, Lulu, for just provoking that in me and for sharing that. It's actually not an easy story to share. But again, I just want to say that this is the final cleanup on planet Earth. And we're the ones that are doing this on behalf of the Australian children. I know this is an epidemic behind the scenes on planet Earth. I know there is satanic ritual, and I know there's incest, there's different things that go on, but we're being representatives for the children in our country. So again, I plead for those of you that are online and watching, please send this healthy viral through your social networks. I know there's a lot of people all over Australia and the world that do support us, #ExposeThe28 on YouTube. And just keep talking and bringing this issue up, because Karen and myself and other ladies, we did have the good fortune of going in to the Governor General on an open day, and we went in as peaceful women. We went in as matriarchs. We went in as women that love the children. And for me, I love children, that's why I'm here. I've had a gift for a long time. So again, just keep talking about #ExposeThe28. Be open, be the lighthouses for people to come. It seems wherever I go that I seem to hear these stories because people feel safe. And to be honest, I just had a lady who was a 70-year-old mature lady who had, by being around in some of the conversations and me sharing what we do here, she regressed right back to being under 10 years of age. So that's 60 years of some of these people holding their trauma. And it's a lot for us to process. We also have our good Glenn Fisher, who's on board with us. He's got his books of Predator's Paradise. And it's not just a little girl thing, it happens to little boys as well. And we have men like Glenn Fisher who are coming out. And I just want to say, the more that people like Glenn stand up and talk and do what they do, there are men coming clean now with it, and they seem to have a lot more shame about it. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't even be judging whether it's a boy or a girl, whether it's normal or not. It's not normal. It's not normal to pedophile and to hurt a child. So I ask you all to just keep sharing, #ExposeThe28. Join with us, and whatever information, whatever links that you have, please put them on our post or get them through to us. If you have stories, whisper in our ear, give us links, give us documents. You know our faces. We're very public with this. Yeah, that's all I can say. Everybody that's online, keep being the lighthouses and being the safe space. And again, I implore to Samantha Mostyn, we do request this meeting with you. We've been in there. There's a beautiful big table. You know, we could have a whole bunch of us around there, a peaceful meeting. We can sit around and have a cup of tea, and we could talk about the solutions, because between all of us here, we have so much knowledge, and the only way we're going to make it through this is to unify for the highest good of all the children. #ExposeThe28. Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the cans. Who kicks out the camera, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but I'm out on bail and I'm still here. They try so hard. We try not laugh. They tow my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These cops ain't smart, I'ma make a drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take it back to the start. No D's, no titles, no trespass. Now we charge you, tables are turned. We come with the proof for all the assaults, all the abuse. Nobody can't cut you loose, knock knock. Yeah, who at the door? Makada, bring on the storm. Library to empty, thought we were gone, regroup and come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still here, still ain't got no fear. We will cry, still ain't shed no tear. The sense of we still here. Is that all you got? We take on you mob, we unite. You don't call the shots, sovereign's been here all along. And they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but they never left. Yeah, they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here, the oldest civilization. It's been how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way these war is fought. Outlaw worry for the law and in June income bore accords. Gotta cut out the cancer, yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. Never got the jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the cans. Who kicked us out of camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but I'm out on bail and I'm still here. They see us come, we see them run. Now we are one, free our daughters, free our sons. Yeah, they're getting scared. Front line, you can bet I'm there. Even when we're gone, our spirit lives on. Yeah, we ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the cans. Who kicks out of camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but I'm out on bail and I'm still here.
Oh. But no waves. So, no.
They're just like, come on, you can do it.
Start doing candle cook tours. Just get busloads of people coming through.
So disappointing too, because I'm like, old people. And you expect like little cute grandmas to be friendly.
Yeah, people. It's hard to know what to think. Oh, oops. That's what I was doing.
Oh, you forgot your panning job? Hello peeps, how are you beautiful people? You don't have to make up for anything, you've been doing enough, quite frankly.
Loves the little children.
All right, I'm going to go back. How far do I have to go back? Sorry, I haven't looked at any. Okay. Hey, neat, snobby. Sorry, I can't see. Let's see if that's a bit easier. It's so bright, I can't see a thing. I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to take this off. All right. I'm just moving you. I just dropped my phone. I always do this. I try to do too many things with my hands full. Oh. All right, I'm just going to... Oh, somebody else can get that. I cannot do it. We still love, I've got to go through the comments. And I'm just going to put this up here because I can't do that with my hands full. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, let's do this. Sorry for all that. Thanks, Neats. Wanda. Hi, Rosalie. Thanks, Nobby. Beautiful dogs. Hey, Lulu. Hi, Melbourne. Snapper reports. Hi, Catherine. And PM. Oh, didn't come up. Okay, I don't know what your live was, PM, sorry. Oh, and also everyone, look, apologies for yesterday's live at the courthouse. I just have to edit out one word. I did press mute, but I didn't get it quite quick enough. So that will be up as soon as I'm able to. And also yesterday's live at Parliament House. Yeah, we played something from, sorry. Yep, we played something from Jab Injuries Global, which was full of that word, which is ridiculous because it's an actual department and you're still not allowed to say it. So we're just going to maybe put that up as a link and take that part out. So it was there about 10 times. So that'll come back up later too. Okay, thank you again. Nobby. Drug tester monster. Bring the news, be the news. It's as simple. Yeah, everyone speak up. Once we avoid that for this UK Union world. Yes. Being watched by many. 1707 till today. That. Okay. Duke. I don't know who Duke is. The crumbling is underway. Yes. Oh, I see. Right. Thanks, Nates. The sound of it. Nobby. Oh no. Do a sorry, I can't remember. Yes, it didn't. Searched and searched. Very unusual. Okay, maybe tell me about it. maybe text me or something. I'm not quite sure what you were referring to, but we'll look. Okay, well, thank you again all. Let's see if anyone wants to say farewell. Going to be turning this off in a tick. If you want to say anything, say farewell.
Stay 3 or 3 for me. Be back online. See you.
So I don't know how many people are online today who came yesterday to the High Court and to the gate to start with. But I just want to thank you for your support. I know there was a busload come from East Gippsland in Victoria and more that came from Melbourne. There was some who came from Queensland. Just want to say thank you for your support. It's encouraging to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here all the time and I do have to go today, but just want to thank you and thank you to this.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. It was lovely to see so many here yesterday too.
Yep.
All right. Anyone say farewell? Thank you. All right. Thanks again. All right. All right. Thanks again. Yep. Find your joy. Shine your light. Be brave. Speak up.
I mean, I don't mind.
And thank you all. Much love to you all. Bye.